Okay, hello everyone. My name is Alan Wang. I work for Waterly, and I'm just recording this session here for a installer user guide for one of the apps that we have here, which is called Bridge Select app, and it is for capturing information, also photos for solar install. And included in the app, we also got ability to scan all the panels to do a solar panel validation as well, which will fast track the whole process. Anyways, hope you can see my screen, which on the right hand side, you can see a screen share of my phone. It's actually my current phone. So make sure that you go into a Play Store, Apple Store, and search for Bridge Select, and it will probably be the first one that comes up. And make sure that you install this app. I've already installed it, so I'm going to go directly to the app. So I've already logged in the app as well. So if you're logging in for the first time, you need to just get a username and also password from your retailer. And once you logged in, you'll stay logged in for, I guess, a long while. I've never actually been kicked out. So yeah, once you logged in, you'll be fine. So just the screen itself, you can see on the bottom, you can see your current jobs, complete jobs, which there's none for me, and also your profile. So in your profile, you can either log out, which is on the top right, and you can change your name. So obviously my name is not dummy. So I'm just going to change my name, Alan One, and oops, I'm going to actually leave everything as it is. The email address also needs to be correct, because if you need to reset your password, you're going to have to use your email. And also your mobile number, ABN, CCID, or your Android registration license number. Untick any of this. If you're not a designer, just untick this. Otherwise, just keep it as a designer for yourself. You can update your profile. And in this case, my name's called Alan Wang. And if you can look at this on the bottom, I'm actually connected with a retailer called Wally, because I work for Wally. You probably don't want to do it yourself, but if you don't work for the retailer anymore, you can then swipe left. Just use your finger to swipe left on the name of the company you work for and disconnect yourself. Or if you feel like, if you realize that you can't really do anything in the app, that means you're probably disconnected either by mistake or by other things which shouldn't happen. So in this case, you just still wipe it to the left and make sure that you click on connect. So in this case, you can then access the job. So I'm going to go into a current job. And you can see there are two jobs for me at the moment, and I can click on this show details on the top right to see your jobs, which I've got one job on the 25th and one job on the 30th of September. So you can hide the details, and you can then sort. So you can say, I want to see all the jobs. I want to see today's job, which there's only one job for today, and you can see incomplete job and upcoming jobs, etc. So you can all filter out the jobs you want to see. So I'm going to go back to all, because there's only two jobs for me. So I've done one job already, and this job is in New South Wales. I don't know how I did it, but I just got that done. And if you click into the job, you can see each of the sections got all the green ticks. That's when you can actually finish the job. I'm going to go into a job that I want to show you today, which is this guy here called ND Sampling. Obviously, it's a fake name, and it's in Sunshine, Victoria. So I'm going to go click into the job. And first of all, I can see, instead of the green ticks, I can see a lot of the red things and this of the sections, which means I've done nothing on the job yet. And I can't really finish the job because the finished job is, I can't really tick on the button because I haven't done anything for the job yet. So if you want to call the customer, there's a button here on the top right. So click on that, and then you can actually call the customer. The job was scheduled for the 30th, and today is only the 25th. So I'm gonna actually set on the 25th because I'm gonna actually do the job today instead of the 30th. So just make sure that you do communicate with your retailer. Just make sure that before you set the date yourself, or you change the date, just talk with them and click on done. So the date is now actually set on 25th, and I'm gonna actually complete the job today as well. So I'm going to go straight into the jobs. The first section is a photo section. So click into the photo section here, and you can see each of the section has a photo button on the right and also a sample on the left. And anything with an asterisk is you can see property after install. The top one here, it does have an asterisk. That means this is mandatory. You need to at least have one photo for this section. And now the rest have mandatory sections there, but do check with your retailer. Maybe they want you to take more photos, etc. So I'm gonna take a photo for the property after install, and I'm just in office here, so I'm just gonna take a photo first and click that. So you can see there's one photo showing up just underneath this section. You can take multiple photos, so I don't think there's any limit. You can take multiple photos, so I'm going to take one more. So the good thing about photo taking is that once you've taken a photo, the photo gets stored in the gallery inside your phone as well. So if you experience a very unstable internet, etc., even if you lose it in the app, you wouldn't lose the photo in your phone, just purely as a backup option. I've never lost any photo, by the way, so just so you know. I'm going to go out and you can see I've got two photos for this photo section, and there's a green tick. That means I've met the minimum requirement. So there's a green tick for that. So the first section is done. The second section is a document section. Once again, you go into the document, and this is for you to actually put in any paperwork or electrical compliance, which we call CES in Victoria. We call it differently in different states. Just note this: you don't need to actually complete this section to finish the job. So I'm just going to actually leave it as it is, and I'm going to go into the third section, which is panel scanning. So now going to the panel, so I've just got to go back into that. So you can see we've actually got Canadian Solar. So there's a logo. There's logo here. We've got 30 Canadian solar panels, and each of the panels is 300 watts. And this is the serial number. Do check that, make sure that the serial number is the same. Going to the photo, and there's so I guess for different retailers, they work differently. Some people will actually have scanned the panels already in this case, you just need to make sure and mark them on site. But in this case, you don't have anything in there yet. So I've got a line connected with my phone. So I'm going to go and scan this sheet, which I've got 30 barcodes on a sheet. I'll show you just now. So there's a button here on the right. There's a scanning button. So click on the scanning button. And you can see that actually this is actually scanning upright. You don't want this because it says place a barcode inside this rectangular scan. So you want this to actually have a bigger screen. So I would say I would normally just go and make sure that I turn on the auto rotate. So for different phones, you've got different places to turn on. Just turn it on and click on this button again, and make sure that you put your phone horizontally. So your barcode scanning is actually on here. So you can see, I'm just gonna actually put it a little bit away from it. There's this sheet here is actually from one of the pallets. So as far as I know, you've got roughly around 30 panels in a pallet. So there's a sheet right next to the pallet or stick to the pallet itself, and gives you 30 barcodes, and this is how you can scan. So let's scan the first section here. So that's going to be roughly around 10. This is going to be 10 barcodes here. So I'm going to go scan and put your red line just on that. And the second one. So 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I think I've scanned 10 panels. Just want to double check. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've only got 8 panels, so I've missed a couple. So I'm just gonna go double check. So it seems like I missed the second panel and the fourth panel. Yeah. So I'm gonna go and just go and scan that again. Yeah. So second panel. The fourth panel. Just want to check it again. So I've got 9 panels. I'm still missing 1, so I just want to double check. So this is when, just double check. A7, 925, A55. Oh, sorry, I was missing another panel, which not the fourth panel. My apologies. 923. Yep. So I was missing the ninth panel. So I'm gonna go and scan the ninth panel again. So 9. And also, I'm actually holding my phone a different direction here. So just because there's a cable connect to my phone. All right. And again, if you can see that I'm actually scanning. I'm just actually put this in the middle. I'm scanning multiple times, and this barcode scan actually allows for um, duplicate detections. So if you look at this, I've got 10 panels already scanned. I've got 10 panels already scanned, and that's for the first section here. So, and because I've scanned it myself, it just marked them as on-site, you know, for me. And towards the bottom here, there's a verify button. Because this panel's already installed, I'm not going to verify them because it's going to actually fail. But if you've actually been on site and just scan all the panels, make sure that you click on the verify button. It will probably take you roughly around 10 seconds to verify all the panels against the database. So we're just going to leave it for now. Okay, so that's panel scanning. And because I haven't scanned the rest 20 panels, otherwise, once it's all scanned, it'll give me a green tick. Just so you know that I've actually been on site and I've scanned one sheet of 30 barcodes. It probably took me around a minute or two, depending how how familiar you are with the app or with the scanner itself. But because it detects duplicates, so I can actually scan multiple times instead of thinking about there may be some duplicates. So I would say probably for a commercial size job that's roughly around say 300 panels, etc., probably allow 15 to 20 minutes to scan them properly. If you're looking for smaller jobs, like 30 panels or so, you probably only need less than 5 minutes to scan all the panels and verify them. So I'm going to go into the next one. The next one is the inverter section, which again, you can see that there's the inverter brand SMA, and this is the model number. So there's only one inverter. That's why they've only called just one here. So I'm going to go into this inverter section. The only thing you need to do is just to mark it on site. If the model number is different to what you see on site, just make sure that you call your retailer and verify if they've actually got the right inverter for you. And if they haven't got the right model number here on the app, just make sure that they change it on the web portal, which is something that you see here. But this is not purpose of this recording here. So the only thing you need to do is just mark it on site and just go out, and you can see there's a green tick next to the inverter. That means you've done that section, which is simple. All right, so next section is customer signature. So if you look at this, and this is what the customer declares. So do show that to the customer and tick this. So they say I Andy sampling, because this is customer name, hereby assign the right and assign the right, etc. So just make sure that the customer does read it through and get a customer to sign with their fingertip. sign and save it. And you can resign it. Just click on the resign button. If the customer is not on site, right, there's a sign later button. You can click on the sign later button. I guess again, talk with your retailer. They may want you to get a sign anyway. But if the customer's not here, just sign later, and the customer can sign later. So just let the retailer know. And if you realize that customer is actually okay to sign now, you can click on sign now and just coming back to this and get customer to sign and save. All right, so customer signature is also done, and there's a green tick next to it. And the last thing is your installer and designer checklist. So you can go into it. You can sign as the designer and sign as the installer as well. So there's a delay because I did just change my name from Dummy to Alan Wang, but there's a delay there. If you want to change your name, obviously it's not something that you expect to do on a daily basis. But if you do realize that names change differently, just change it and let your retailer know so they can also check that on web portal, make sure it's all changed. So there's probably a bit of delay there. You can resign, just click on the resign button. It's going out. And you can see this finish job button is still grayed out. So there's something that you haven't done, which is this panel section here. Again, this document forms, preferably you have the CES on site that's already done. Just take a photo and scan it, but this is not a mandatory section. So I'm gonna go show you the job that I did earlier. All right. So this is a job that I did earlier. So I did actually put the forms there, right? And then the finished job is actually can be ticked. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this and just go into the document forms and delete this another paperwork. I want to delete the photo, yes. So there's nothing here. I'm just going out, and you can still finish the job, right? Because in this case, we don't really need the documents. But again, just if you've done that, just make sure that you send through the CES to the retailer via email or something once it's done. All right, so the job is now done, and you click on Finish Job and confirm installation. So confirm everything's done and the job's finished. And once the job's finished, it'll give you a tick on this job. You can still revisit the job, etc. But or if you don't want to see this job anymore, it's just going to go into incomplete, and that tick job will actually be gone. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Again, I just want to re-emphasize this. So if you want to disconnect yourself, just do that. But do keep in mind that once you disconnect yourself, the jobs you see here can no longer be accessed. And if you want to re-access them, just connect them again. And also, obviously, if you want to disconnect, just let your retailer know. All right, I hope you find this session helpful. As I say, we are happy to take any inquiries, etc. If you're actually on site, do talk to your retailer. If you want to talk to myself, just give myself a call. My number is 0434 126 577. It's 0434 126 577. All right, thanks, and good luck.